Delegation of Azerbaijan welcomes the distinguished Special Rapporteur on trafficking in persons and thanks her for a comprehensive report. Azerbaijan takes necessary measures to eliminate trafficking in this territory and actively combats the trafficking in persons for sexual slavery, forced labor, or commercial sexual exploitation. Mr. President, in terms of legal protection of the rights of the trafficked, Azerbaijan is a party to a number of conventions, and within this framework, the government of Azerbaijan appointed the Deputy Minister of Internal Affairs as a national coordinator for the fight against trafficking. And the government adopted the third National Action Plan to fight human trafficking covering the years of 2014-2018. The state entities, civil society organizations, and media representatives worked together over successful implementation of the National Action Plan. And since 2013, the Cabinet of Ministers approved amendments to the anti-trafficking law on the repatriation of foreign victims that allowed for the provision of temporary residence permits to recognized victims of trafficking for up to 1 year. The country provides victims of human trafficking with social rehabilitation, ensuring support at the state level, and has completely renovated and improved its shelter, which accommodates 50 people, in order to provide better living conditions for the victims. Mr. President, regarding the obligation of states to eliminate trafficking in persons under the protocol to prevent, suppress, and punish trafficking in persons, especially women and children, supplementing the United Nations Convention Against Transnational Organized Crime, we would appreciate if the distinguished Special Rapporteur could share her views on what further strategic requirements need to be adopted by the states during conflict and post-conflict situations to establish effective fight against trafficking in persons, and how could that be operative in achieving the target 8.7 of the Sustainable Development Goals. Thank you very much.